In this movie, we're going to build up the appearance of depth by adding a bunch of offset strokes. Now, a word of warning up front here. This movie involves a fair amount of repetition because in addition to assigning a transform effect to this yellow stroke that we applied in the previous movie, we're going to need to add 7 additional strokes in order to get this smooth color transition. The upshot, though, is that we'll end up with this beautiful honeycomb effect as opposed to the fairly rinky-dink effect that we have right now. So if you're working along with me, make sure you have that polygon selected, and you can confirm that by the appearance of the word polygon, or at least path, over here on the far left side of the control panel. Then go ahead and click on that yellow stroke that we assigned in the previous movie. You might want to twirl it open as well. And then click on the FX icon down here in the bottom left corner of the appearance panel. Go up here to distort and transform, and then choose the transform command. All right, we want to be able to see what we're doing, so turn on the preview checkbox and then change the horizontal move value to 14 points and the vertical value not to positive 14 points. That'll move things down. Rather, go ahead and change it to negative 14 points and press the tab key to move the stroke upward. And so in other words, we're going to keep these values in parity, but the horizontal value is always going to be positive and the vertical value is always going to be negative. At which point, go ahead and click OK. All right, now we're going to work our way down the stack because after all, we've already created the rearmost stroke at 28 points. So we're going to be working our way down and we're going to make our strokes thicker and darker as we go. So with that yellow stroke selected, drop down to the little page icon in the bottom right corner of the appearance panel and click on it. And that'll make a copy of the stroke and its transform effect. Now go ahead and twirl the old stroke closed and twirl the new stroke open. So again, we're going to be working our way down. Go ahead and click on that stroke in order to select it, and then shift-click on its color swatch to bring up the CMYK values. So very important, you have to select the stroke first, and then shift-click on its color swatch. Now we'll change the magenta value to 70, and we'll take the yellow value up to 90%. And then press the Enter key or the Return key on the Mac to accept that change. We want a line weight value of 12 points, and then let's go ahead and zoom in so that we can see things very close. Now you'll see that we have this orange edge right there, but we want to move it down and to the left. So go ahead and click on the word transform and take the horizontal value down to 13 points and then take the vertical value up to negative 13. So you need to press the up arrow key to make that happen. Then turn on the preview checkbox and you'll see things shift down and to the left. All right, now I'll click OK. I'll select that orange stroke and I'll click on the little page icon to make a copy of it. Then twirl that one closed, twirl the new one open. Go ahead and click on it to make it active. Shift-click on its color swatch to bring up the CMYK values. Good news, this is the last time you need to set the magenta value to 85%, as it turns out, and then set the Y value to 100%. The only thing that we're going to adjust from now on is the K value, which for now we're going to set to 15%. And this is why we're working in a CMYK document, by the way. Just makes it easier to adjust the luminance values independently of the color values. All right, so I'll go ahead and accept that change. I'll take the line weight up to 16 points, and then I'll click on the word transform, and I'll turn on the preview checkbox, and I'll take the horizontal value down to 12 points, and I'll take the vertical value up to negative 12 points, and you can see this guy right here shift once again down and to the left, at which point I'll click OK to accept that change. All right, we got a bunch more strokes to go, so go ahead and select this one, click on the little page icon at the bottom of the panel, twirl the old stroke closed, twirl the new one open, click on that new stroke to select it. Go ahead and shift-click on its color swatch to bring up the CMYK values and set the K value to 35%. So at first, we're working very incrementally here with the K value. And then once we get past 50%, we'll work in bigger increments and then incrementally right at the edge. And that'll give us some nice smooth transitions. All right, now click on that line weight value and take it up to 17 points. Click on the word transform and take the horizontal value down to 10 and take the vertical value up to negative 10. To see what happens, go ahead and turn on the preview checkbox, at which point you'll see this new stroke emerge. All right, now press the Enter key or the Return key on the Mac to accept that change. I'll click on the stroke, very important to make sure it's active. Then click on the little page icon to make a copy of it. Close that stroke, open the new one, go ahead and click on it to select it, shift-click on its color swatch, change the K value this time to 50%. So we're midway there, then press the Enter key, the Return key on the Mac to accept that change. Let's take the line weight value up to 18 points, so we're working in baby steps here. Click on the word transform, take the horizontal value down to 8, take the vertical value up to negative 8, turn on preview checkbox, there's our new stroke, click OK, go ahead and select that stroke, click on a little page icon to make a copy of it, close that stroke, open the new one. Let's go ahead and click on it to select it, shift-click on its color swatch to make it active. Take the K value up to 65%, press the Enter key, the Return key on a Mac to accept that change. Click on the line weight value, take it up to 19 points, click on the word Transform. Let's this time take the horizontal value down to 6 points. We'll take the vertical value up to -6 points. Turn on a preview checkbox. There it is, that guy right there. Click OK. Then click on a new stroke to select it. Click on a little page icon to make a copy of it. Close the old stroke, open the new stroke. Go ahead and click on it to make it active. Shift-click on its color swatch. Take the K value this time up to 80%. So we're getting very dark indeed. Press the Enter key, the Return key on a Mac to accept that change. Go ahead and click on the line weight value. Take it up to 20 points. Go ahead and click on the line weight value, take it up to 20 points, click on the word Transform, turn on a preview checkbox this time, click on the horizontal move value and take it down to 3 points and watch it emerge in the background. Then click on the vertical value and press the up arrow key 3 times in order to move the stroke downward. Then click OK to accept that change. All right, we have just one stroke left. And you make it by clicking on this stroke, clicking on a little page icon to make a duplicate of it. Go ahead and twirl the old stroke close, twirl the new one open, click on it to select it, shift-click on its color swatch to bring up the CMY K values. We're going to take the K value up to 90%, so just 10% lighter than the bottom stroke, the darkest one, which is set to 100%. Press the Enter key or the Return key on a Mac to accept that change. Let's take the line weight value this time up to 22 points. We don't want any transform this time, so I want you to look on screen at what's going to happen. This little sliver is the new stroke, if you can make it out. But if you click on a transform effect, not on the word transform, but on the effect in an empty space right here, then just go ahead and click on a trash icon, and that'll get rid of it. But I want you to notice what happens on screen. As soon as I click on a trash icon, this guy moves outward like so, because that's where the stroke really belongs if there were no effect applied to it, which there isn't anymore. All right, now you can just go ahead and twirl that guy close if you want to, and then press Control-0 or Command-0 on the Mac to zoom out. All right, folks, that, in mind-numbing detail, is how you build up the effect of depth by adding a bunch of offset strokes here inside the Appearance panel.